Alright, for volume of prisms, it's actually a pretty easy concept. Volume is just how much space an object takes up. So if you find the area of the base of the prism and then you multiply it by its height, you have the volume. So that's what this first diagram shows. There's a box here, and its volume of the prism is equal to the base area, so in other words this area, times the height. So the formula, as shown down here, is volume is equal to base times height. And again, that capital B, as you learned before, it means the area of the base. So the area of the base times the height. And there's a picture on both for the triangular prism and the rectangular prism off to the right as well. Now let's try a sample. So let's start with a box. For a box, again, it's the volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. All you're doing is multiplying the three numbers by each other because the base is a rectangle, and that's 6 times 9 because length times width, and then it's times the height. So 6 times 9 times 4 is equal to 216. Now the next thing is where some people make a mistake. Because when you multiplied feet by feet by feet, so you end up with feet cubed, 3 of them. It's always to the third power. Don't make the mistake of making it squared. Volume is cubed. Alright, let's move on to a triangular prism. For a triangular prism, you got to remember what the bases are, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. And the bases are congruent and they're in parallel planes. If you see the triangles like this, it's not a pyramid, you're like, oh, right away the volume. You know the triangle is the base. That's what you should remember. But also remember they're congruent and they're in parallel planes, and those two triangles are. So if you want to find the volume, again, it's the same thing. It's the area of the base times the height. But the base is the triangle. That's what you have to be careful of. So it's 1/2 of the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. So this is the area of the base of the prism times the height of the prism. And the height is just the distance between the two bases. So it's not a big deal with a box, but it's a little more important when it comes to a triangular prism. So then we have 1/2 times 16 times 18 is 144, and this then times the 22 is equal to 3,168 centimeters cubed. Again, volume is cubed. Alright, try these two samples. What I want you to do is pause the video and try these yourself. Put them in your notes and then play the video and see if you got them right. Okay, the first one, the box. Again, very easy. It's just 8 times 10 times 3, which is 240 meters cubed. Moving on to the triangle. Here you got to realize what the base is, and it's this portion right down here. And the volume is equal to the area of the base, which is 1/2 of the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle, and that whole thing times the height of the prism. So 1/2 times 6 times 9 times 4 is equal to 108 yards cubed. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but what all we're doing, and as long as this will work as long as the only thing that's given to you are the three numbers. If we're taking this times this times this and dividing by 2, or taking those three and multiplying by each other and then multiplying by 0.5, which is the same as dividing by 2. That'll work as long as the only thing I'm giving you, or the only thing that's given to you in a worksheet, are the three numbers. If there's numbers all the way around, obviously that wouldn't work. Okay? Pretty cool, huh? I like this stuff. Goodbye!